Crazy that we would be doing this. Bonkers. Wild. However, today we're taking the leap, the bound, the jump. A lot of you guys have been asking you want an in-depth look at my figure collection, and today, that is exactly what we're doing. So let's get in, and we're gonna go one by one, and take a look at some of my personal favorites. But overall, just let's look at the collection. First, taking a look at the X-Men shelf. Yeah, this is definitely my most prized shelf, for sure. Going through, we have a Colossus back there, next to a Warpath, next to, wouldn't you believe it, another Colossus. But then we got some villains back there, like Magneto, Omega Red. Maggot isn't a villain. I don't know why he's actually there. Sabretooth, Juggernaut, all that good stuff. Coming down with Apocalypse, Morph, Wild Child. But, some other main faces. I'm not going to go ahead and list all of them off, but we'll have a good look and just kind of go down the rows here. A lot of new figures are going to be up front, including Spiral here. Oh, hey, there's me. Including Spiral here, which is just a great overall figure. Also Beast with the soft goods lab coat. So very nice. But yeah, we got the new Wolverine, Sunspot. Not so new. Not so new Forge either, but there's Longshot. There's the new Wolverine. Retro carded Rogue and Gambit. Toy Biz Cyclops. I don't know if you guys... It's probably been a while since y'all have seen that, but then we also got the Wolverine with the motorcycle. And I've actually put some... Here, get you guys a better look, but I've actually put some metal claws into him just because the plastic ones that they came with are not so great. And then obviously my favorite is Nightcrawler right there. So that about wraps up the X-Men shelf. There's just a final look. Obviously, we have a lot of key players on this shelf, and that's really what I was going for. There are some missing pieces here and there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this looks right now. With more Marvel Legends, more X-Men Marvel Legends coming out throughout this year, I'm excited to actually add to this shelf. But yeah, there it is. One last look. A shelf I know a lot of people love is my Spiderman's villain shelf. We have the cool-looking Iron Spider up front. We also have the cel-shaded, the Amazing Fantasy, the Renew Your Vows, Japanese, and Cyborg Spider-Man. Right up front there, some of my favorite Spider-Man for this shelf. Just overall looks really nice, as well as Miles and Peter right there. But, a lot of villains that I have, that retro-carded Scorpion right there. Definitely one of my favorite villains on this shelf, but you guys can see... I don't have too much going on for this shelf, but that Green Goblin in the back is definitely one of my grails for sure. And we do have some MCU mixed in there with Ned Leeds and Peter, and also the integrated suit in between the two. But yeah, overall, I really am a big fan of this shelf. I don't know how much more I'll add to it, but definitely some of my favorite villains over here, including Hammerhead. This is an awesome sculpt on an awesome body. I mean, it just looks great, including the brass knuckles there along with the bat. Just looks fantastic. The retro-carded Rhino is another great add for the shelf, as well as the retro-carded Lizard right there. Just very cool looking figures for the shelf. Overall, very happy with it. Okay, next we are looking at my comic and then MCU shelf. My comic shelf I'm very proud of. I take great pride in this thing. So here it is, a lot of key players, a lot of new figures as well, including that Gore the God Butcher out back, as well as that Sentry, but a lot of figures for this shelf. I got my Fantastic Four, or my Fantastic Three, I should say. Thing is over there, but we'll get to that shelf in a minute. But yeah, I have a lot of comic accurate figures on this shelf. That's just the way I display it, except for that Howard the Duck. I know he does not fit in. Ghost Rider here, Baron Zemo, kind of, leading this. Just some of my favorite figures for the comic book line. But yeah, very cool stuff. I got my Iron Man up front, as well as a War Machine that's hidden behind the West Coast Avengers Vision. Another cool figure I really do like, and that I have up on a stand. I got these stands from Amazon. I believe they were like 26 bucks. But yeah, some of my villains over there as well. Obviously, everything's kind of mixed and matched, but I got my 2 Daredevil figures. I'm looking to get more. Hopefully a classic red suit at some point. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the retro carded figures are really, really nice that they've been coming out with. Very happy with, very happy with this comic accurate Black Panther right there. Very good looking figure. Another thing to keep in mind, I have a lot of figures that you guys probably won't see. We can kind of glimpse through real quick that are in a bin right now. Some of them I'm not too fond of. It's actually mainly that. I'm just really not too fond of the figures. So I kind of stashed them away from the sight of the public. Yeah, they're chilling down there. Okay, next, my MCU shelf. Let's get to it. Here is a look at the MCU shelf. A lot going on, a lot to go over. So we'll start with this side right here. Up and back, we have a couple Thor figures to take a look at, mostly from Thor Love and Thunder, but we do have the Thor from Endgame, very, very nice, as well as Odin, some Captain Marvel, and M'Baku, my favorite character from Black Panther, some Doctor Strange right there. But coming down, we have a couple Lokis, Star-Lord, Valkyrie, Shuri, Okoye, and then we have He Who Remains, another cool figure, Quicksilver, Jimmy Woo. You know, a lot of cool looking figures. I really do like, actually, this Red Skull. I didn't have a Red Skull before, and he fits absolutely perfectly amongst the rest of the collection, as well as She-Hulk. This was a really well done figure. Definitely not my favorite show, but I mean, the face sculpt looks almost picture perfect. But a lot of these figures, I got my Black Panther figures up front. These are some of my favorite figures right here. Just the articulation in them alone, it's just so good. It's so much fun to play with them and pose them. Yep, so we have Iron Man, Captain America's, a lot of Captain America, including Ironheart right there. We have some zombies up front. Very cool figures. And then, kind of like my main centerpiece here, is Captain America. This isn't the one from Endgame. This is actually the Captain America and Sam 2-pack. And I took him out and then gave him a Mjolnir from that Thor right there. Put some lightning effects on him, and I think he looks pretty good. I think it definitely does the job. And some other of my favorite figures up front. But yeah, that is my... Oh, if I can focus here, jeez. That is... I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. That is my MCU shelf. There we go. Down at the very bottom, we have some bigger figures here, including Vulture in the back. But for those of you guys who know, this actually isn't a Marvel Legend. This is a Marvel Select Juggernaut. He just looks so cool. I got him for a pretty good price, so I picked him up. But yeah, just some Builder figures down here. Korg. I don't really know what to do with him, to be honest. At the moment, I have a different shelf for Moon Knight. I think I want to do some type of a display here. I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, I have Khonshu, I have Moon Knight, and then I have Mr. Knight. Looks really, really cool. I really just need a background for these guys to make them look really, really sick. Looking now at some of the bigger pieces in my collection, we have the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Galactus there. We have Thanos, Hulk, Mojo, Candyman. We have Thing, The Watcher, MODOK. A lot of big figures here, including Sauron, actually, being one of my favorite Build-A-Figures. I really want to pose him up, but I just don't know where to do it. Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure. This is a very cool one. Cosmic Ghost Rider with the bike. Looks awesome. Definitely another cool piece. But yeah, those are some of my bigger figures there. Surtur. But yeah, going over these guys. Very, very cool. Very happy with this right here. A lot of Eternals, so nothing new. This Build-A-Figure, who got no screen time, is very unfortunate. I'm probably going to take him out. I'll save that for later. But yeah, I mean, a lot of figures here. I really just didn't know. Don't have the space. Don't know what to do with them. But yeah, you know, they're all right. They're not bad, but definitely just not my favorite. I do actually have a couple stragglers here. Guys who were just on my desk. Controller, Doctor Strange, Psycho Man, and Archangel. He just takes up a lot of space, so it's a little bit difficult to put him on this, the shelf that's already pretty full. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully coming soon, or maybe not. We'll see how this works out.